Alright, hello everyone, Mr. Nosels here, and a game that I've heard about, a reviewer that some of you may know named Matthew Matosis, he did like video essays on games, put out a review on Opus Magnum years and years ago at this point. Um, and this was not very well known. I mean, nobody knew of this game. Still, a lot of people don't know of this game, but people that like automation and like automation based puzzles, I think, may find this interesting. But a lot of people don't do like what is the game in the first like 30 minutes or like, small scale reviews of what exactly this game is. Um, So I think going through my normal like 30-minute review of the game will be worthwhile, especially because like I have maybe a little bit of a different viewpoint on automation and like scalability of processes. Um, just from my like manufacturing background and automation background. So yeah, I figured why not give perhaps one of the oldest, best automation puzzle games a shot. So here we go, Opus Magnum. And might I add, I've never played this game before. I am actually going in blind on this, other than like hearing people talk about it from a very high level intellectual point. And this does not seem. Is this the same game? Or did they put like an extension on it? Because I don't ever remember any comment about a story or frankly any of this. Um Herm- okay. Okay, I didn't wow, that's okay. Okay. Access is restricted to graduate level alchemical engineering students and faculty. Only any exception must be approved by the chancellor. Keep your student alchemist permit and sigil with you at all times while in the labs. No food or drink is permitted in the labs. Do not sit or lean on transmutation engines or their related components. Please keep the area clean for everyone else. That means you, anesthesis. Okay. Henley Servin, I'm amazed you put off learning how to use the transmutation engine for so long. I was concentrating on working by. Oh, is that us? I was concentrating on working by hand. You know that. Anataeus, we're about to graduate. I know, but that's why I need you to summarize all this for me as fast as you can. Oh, okay, I see. So you go in and open them, and that's okay. So the reagents are input materials for doing alchemy. This is a product. Your job as an alchemist is to build machines that combine reagents into useful products. To complete a puzzle, build all products. Press the play button below to start the transmutation engine. This is the instruction tray. Instructions tell machinery parts what to do. Okay, I see. That has a lot of dead time, though. Okay. Understand so far. Of course, I knew this part was easy. That's why I never worried about it. I count you as a friend, Estes, but sometimes you carry your genius alchemist act a little too far. Act? Arm. So let's take the first and most important part, the arm. I understand. What's next? Wait, don't rush ahead. Let me get through the material. You need to see this. Okay. So, this is the conductor tray. Grab. Okay. Rotate arms clockwise 60 degrees. It's effectively G code. G and M code in some ways. But instead of having like percentage or numbers that you actually like set the rates and stuff, it's effectively just macro G and M code. Okay, so I put that here. Setting the rotation link so the gripper is over the reagent, then add instructions to the instruction tray below to make it pick up. Okay, so I got this. Well, I need to. Okay, I need it there. It needs to start at that point, right? Okay, so it needs to grab at that point. Then I need it to begin with a rotation, 60 degrees, and that's the exact thing. And then I need it to drop. And then it needs to get back into the starting position. Oh, okay. Not far enough. I need it to stop. Okay. Oh, what the? Okay, It's saying 60 degrees, but I'm being freaking dumb and not thinking like properly on this at all. Because if this is part of the problem is I can't see how many. Can I move this stupid thing? Go open. Is there a way to get rid of this stupid thing? It's kind of annoying. Because like if I could, right? If I could get this instead of doing it this way, except I just now put that in the wrong spot. That needs to come here. Delete hotkey. I need it to go and rotate because 60 degrees, 60, 120. One-sixth of a. Well, if it's 1/6, so if that's the case, then I need it to go 3/6, which is halfway, which would take me there. And then I need it to go. Well, actually, no, if you did it that way, yeah, so it would have to do. That's weird. So, arbitrary move elements. Okay. Right, and you control their behavior with instruction. Yes, of course. Of course. Pivots. Okay, in some cases you want an arm to rotate what it's gripping, you mean, as opposed to the arm itself rotating. That's right. In this case, you use a pivot. Yeah, okay, so see here, this is grab, it rotates. Oh, I see, because it has the period, that's a differentiation. Okay, pivot, drop instruction, rotate instruction. Okay, so once that there, and I need this. Well, I could. Okay, so it's radial, so I need. But I don't want it to do anything. Okay, I see. So this is going to keep it at 90 degree from this point, so it's going to be that way. So I need to pivot it. Whatever amount of the distance. So let's go with the grab instruction right out the gate. That's what? It's probably going to need to be 2. Because, well, if each of these, this would be, so maybe that is 1. Yeah, that's probably 1 right there. Except that's the wrong thing. That needs to come over here. It's this one that needs to occur. Then I need it to pivot. If I pivot it that, no, I need to pivot actually the other direction. So let's pull that off. Let's pull that way. Let's do that. And then I need this to rotate back. But I don't necessarily, there we go. Pivots pistons. Piston arm is kind of special. Extends and retracts, and presume there are instructions that control the piston. That's right, I'll demonstrate. Okay. Place the piston arm below, then add instructions to make it pick up the version. Okay, so I don't know why I wouldn't just use a piston. Maybe it's time thing. Could be slow. Okay, so I have a grab action right there. It starts in the engaged position. I'm going to need it to pull in. I think is going to be retract instruction. I think I would need to actually have it do multiple retractions. Because if I do 1, 2, right? Because then it goes here to here. Then I have it pivot. Then I have it extend. Right? And I want it to turn counterclockwise. But if I only have it go 60 degrees, that's going to be 60. So I need another... No, wait, but... I'm confused by this thing a little bit. Let's see here. I'll just... Okay, so I was right. That is only... Okay, I'm kind of understanding how that's likely to work now. Okay, so that goes there. And then... Actually, I could probably just dump that. So just go here, here. They do seem to be a little slower. Cost. Okay, so there's a cost calculation. I mean, it makes sense. Why wouldn't it take the same amount of time? It's just shorthand. Histogram. Okay. What's next? Now we have tracks, which are like paths you can place on the board. It's easier to show you. Create a track between the origin and the product, then place an arm on the track and add instructions to make it pick up the origin. Okay, so I'm going to want this thing to pick that up. And then... Oh, how do I get it to... tracking it. Okay, I see. So I first need to start with the past. Alright, because if I do this, I just let it run to here, and then it's in the exact same position. So I have it do a pickup, and then it's going to progress 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. Wait, but I don't need it to do that, because I have the rotation ability right here. Yeah, if that's able to pivot, then I don't need that. Actually, I can just go right to there and have it pivot between the 2 points. So now this comes here, starts there, grabs, then I just have it advance twice. Be nice if I could do parallel actions, because I don't see why you can't advance here. Well, unless they were on the same motor or something, but it's whatever. I'm being fancy. Let's see here. And since that's going to be facing this way, so that's going to be there, and then that's going to be there, which means I need this to rotate 2 positions. Easy enough. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't put multiple arms on one track. Though there would be... I guess if you were trying to just get a really fast assembly line of grabbing individual things, if you did that with one arm, or like sets of arms that are constantly like think like a chainsaw, except the chainsaw was constantly depositing something. You could probably do something like that. We use glyphs, for example. I want to clarify an element. You'd place a glyph of calcification on the board and move the element you want to calcify over it. Answers. I mean, yes, that's correct, but at least let me get to the explanation first. I got all the explanation I need. Okay, use a piston iron and a glyph of calcification to turn the original fire atom into a salt atom and move it to the product output. Okay, so that goes there. Then I guess I put that there. Okay. Yeah, that's a good move right there, actually. So I'm gonna do now. So I start with a grab. I retract 1, and then I rotate clockwise 1 degree. Release. Repeat. There we go. Okay, bonding. Okay, use 2 arms and the glyph of bonding to bond the 2 salt atoms together and move them to produce to the product output. Okay, so I'm gonna need 1 here, and then I'm gonna need a second one here. I'm gonna need to bond them, then have 1 disattach, pivot, angle. So with that going on, then let us begin. Except I'm immediately starting with the wrong thing. Okay, so they're both at phase 1. They have grabbed. Now I need to rotate inwards. Okay, so that's 3. 3 needs to go the other. No, actually, I was doing that wrong. 3 needs to go counterclockwise. 4 needs to go clockwise. Okay, that occurs. I believe I need to drop them at this point. I don't know if they need to be dropped at that point or not. But I think at this point it might be worthwhile to have 4 reset. Like, let's see. Drop instruction reset. So that one goes back to its spot. Right? But if that goes too fast, I could have a collision here. I need them to be pretty close in sync. So I don't... It's risky. Okay, let's see here. So now... Or no, sorry, I put that on the wrong one. It needs to be on 4. Right? 4 is there. Now I need 3 to go and continue on the process. 1 more tick. Then, no. I need this. And then I want it to rotate in 1. And then I need this to reset. Okay, so they're holding tandem for... I don't understand why they're in tandem, though. Like, how does it know that this is a set and that's a set? In real life. But this is real life. Stabilize water. Okay. I think that everything we need to know to use a transmutation engine effectively. I'll get 1 more product to make sure I get it. The building area, parts tray, and instructions tray can all be penned by right-clicking anywhere within them and dragging your mouse. If you have a mouse with a scroll wheel, you can use that to vertically scroll through the parts and instructions tray. Gosh, this person must be old if they're thinking that a mouse wheel isn't a standard part of equipment. I mean, I think most mice, whatever, come with wheels now. From now on, you will be... Okay, but where is the... Is there a goal? Okay, so water, stabilized water needs to be there. Okay. I have glyph of equilibrium. Air, fire, water, and earth into neutral salt. Product stabilized water. But what is the... That must be stabilized salt, isn't it? Glyph of unbonding. 3 bonds at once. How much gold do I have? Okay. So I got a water and a water. I got fixed length arm. Interesting. Piston arm, fixed length arm. Single arm and gripper can go here. Then I can get to here. Then I wouldn't be able to put it there. Okay. Well, first things first, let's actually observe what occurs if I put a glyph of calcification into this to validate that I do indeed produce the neutralized aspect for the water stabilization. So, I must grab it. I need to rotate it exactly. This is counterclockwise, one position. And then I need to release it. And that should... Bingo! Got it. Perfect. So I was correct in my assumption that that would be an effective solution on that. So now that I have an arm producing my salt. Okay. And then I guess in theory, I could do it this way. Or go like, put it here. And then what I do is I put one right there. And this, I come here, start it there. Then this one, I begin with the process of grab. I rotate it twice. And then I'm going to need to hold on to this one because I'm going to want this to be the primary point of control. This then, I don't think I want that to actually occur. I think I want it to keep processing through its route. 1, 2, there. Now I want this to release and reset. Right? Okay, so that happens. Now, this thing has gone all the way here. It has grabbed it. Okay, so it's going to go 2 over here. It's now got the full bonded group. I'm then going to want to go and inverse its direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be going this way. Actually, I can just step through. Ew. Yeah, I forgot that immediately it's self-repeating, so I can't actually rely on that. Okay. So, I don't know. If I rotate it in, I might be able to get it to go all the way through, but let's just quickly observe what happens if I run it. Yeah, see? I have to actuate it before I do that. So that means I need this to occur there. Because it goes 1, 2, nah, that's actually backwards. This needs to occur. Yeah, there we go. And now that I have that occurring, I can do this, and it should. And I need to rotate it back with 2 rotations in the opposite direction now. 1, 2. Okay, and now that that's back in formation, that completes the set. I now need it to go 1, 2 to get back into the starting position. And now I've done a full rotation, and we're good to go. Oh, I didn't turn it far enough? Odd, I thought I... Yeah, I need 1 more. Okay. Oh, What? How did I mess... I overdid it? Oh my... I forgot to put the release action in there. So it's just holding into the chuck the entire time. There we go. Whoa, why did it... Okay, so this did not work as intended. I thought with the repeat... Okay, see that happens. It drops. 1, 2. Now it repeats the structure, so it grabs that. Because I didn't set the other one to restart. So, okay, I see. So I need it to reset. Okay, I'm having difficulty with the automation, but maybe if I put it there. Oh, I bet I know. Because I need to actually put that. I didn't get the lowest number of cycles. I was average on cost, but I was actually subpar on cycles. I used way more area. It's going to become a professor. Where are you there? Okay. How do I go back? I want to journal of our advanced research projects conducted by prominent. We advise completing the first 2 chapters of attempting to replicate them. Yes, but I wanted to go back and take a look at what I've... Can I not go back to the tutorial and take a look? Because I wanted to see... Oh, I bet this is... Okay, there we go. Okay. Can I take a look and see what exactly these solutions are? Because I am fascinated that they managed to, like, so grossly outperform me. Like I'm not bad in cost, but I didn't do it in like, is it because I had so much dead time? Let's see here. Because I need that to occur. I need one. Oh. Because I worked on the external, I bet that's where the effective problem was. Um, right? Because I'm allowed to put these really wherever I want. So I can go like this and just make it super tiny. Right? Because if I do this, yeah, this is, I see where I went wrong with the initial um, calculation or design. All I really need to do is this and then I'm good. So for one, I need to rotate it 2 positions. I set it 2 positions, then I set it to reset after I do a release action. And then for 2, what I go and do is I have it go counterclockwise. So it goes here. It needs to wait a second for that to join. Then it goes down one more, pivots it up one, and then it releases it and repeats. And with that, yeah, that was a solution that most people came to. Okay, so there's a more advanced solution somewhere. There's one that's even smaller in size. There must be something about the way to get. Oh, maybe if I had brought. No, I don't want to extend it. That's not necessary. I mean, I could maybe go with like a track solution. I could also potentially use the fixed arms, but it's 30 gold. Could also use the 2 gripper and then just rotate them. That's not necessarily very efficient either. I don't know. It's interesting. But, this is a really good game if right out the gate the tutorial makes you go, I want to play one more, like, time to figure out if I can optimize this. But, yeah, this is, Magnus, or sorry, Opus Magnus. It is available on Steam for the price of $20, and honestly, I think that's pretty fair. It definitely has a good bit going for it. Anyways, I will leave you all with that. Adios.